Hello friends, this is Terry and I am going to do the Sabian symbols for Taurus and Scorpio for the Taurus blood moon, total blood moon eclipse that is happening on November 8th. I just did a whole recording about that, so you'll have to go check out my full moon recording, and I just did the full moon giveaway. If you like, comment, and subscribe, you will be in it to win it for a free astrology chart on my next full moon. And right now, I'm just going to do this little mini report where I read to you the Sabian symbols that will be really affecting this quantum leap, unexpected changes. Oh my God, what's going to happen? Taurus blood moon eclipse that we have. And this blood moon, this moon will be at Taurus 15 degrees right next to Uranus at 16 degrees. This is a full moon eclipse conjunct Uranus, and I'm going to do a separate reading on that moon conjunct Uranus as well. And at Taurus at 15 degrees is a head covered with a rakish silk hat, muffled against the cold. A man braves a storm, which is so interesting because Uranus controls weather, and we might be seeing some wicked storms with this eclipse. And the keynote is the courage needed to meet a crisis precipitated by social ambitions. I gotta read that again because, wow, this is happening right at the time of the American elections. And what did that just say? The courage needed to meet the crisis precipitated by social ambition. Holy smokes, that's intense. And there is a man with a silk hat who has seen some of his ambitious efforts bring him social success, but he learns that often nothing fails quite like success. And the storm may be within him now, or something may be attacking his social status, and he is ready to face it daringly. This shows a willingness to accept crisis and to go through it. This will create great character. The soil. This will create great character, the soil for a higher kind of consciousness to develop. And this implies a transition to a brand new level at which an individual who has learned from experience demonstrates a truly mature mind. And what will be revealed here is a character under adverse circumstances. Wow. That's kind of an intense Taurus blood moon eclipse Sabian symbol. And then I like to read the next Sabian symbol, which is where we are heading into. And that is Taurus at 16 degrees. An old teacher fails to interest his pupils in traditional knowledge that is so Saturn square. We've got Saturn, the old ways, and the teacher's trying to teach this new generation the old paradigm when they're busting in. Man, kids today, they are busting in a whole new paradigm, and they're not interested in maybe learning about that old paradigm. And the key note here is the inadequacy of past knowledge during a time of crisis. Are we going to see a crisis this blood moon? I hate to have to say that, but kind of looks like it's written in the stars. And during this Act 1 of a cyclical process, there is an emergence of new developments that will be emphasized in a time of crisis, such as the storm being braved by the man in the last symbol. This type of wisdom learned from the past remains in the background to be taught and revived later. which the emphasis here is change. Change is coming. And traditional concepts are not adequate to confirm the new conditions of existence. So whatever this symbol comes to a seeker's attention, it indicates that even the most consecrated tradition does not have any real answers to our current day problems. Well, that's pretty intense. From a Zen point of view, the mind facing troubles ahead should not depend on any past concepts, but should instead repeat, not this, not that, until a complete void is reached. And we might speak here of a principle of creative frustration moving forward. We are in the void now, friends. Oh my gosh. And just as I did for the Scorpio solar eclipse, I want to also read the opposing planet for Taurus, because we're in that Taurus-Scorpio axis, right? We've got the Taurus North Node where this blood moon eclipse is happening, but we can also have effect from the Scorpio South Node, which is in opposition the Sun and Venus and all of those planets in Scorpio right now. So I'm going to read this Scorpio because we are just all soaking in that death, transformation, and rebirth cycle. And just as in nature, things are dying off to be born for what is next. And we're all soaking in this eclipse cycle. And I've been doing so many energetic space clearings and energy clearings as people are just getting ready to be reborn. So let's look at Scorpio at 15 and 16 degrees, and that's my sun degree, so I feel right at home here. And Scorpio at 15 degrees is children playing around 5 mounds of sun, 5 mounds of sun. And early steps in the development of a mind seeking to be attuned to the higher level of human evolution. So let's look at Scorpio at 15 and 16 degrees, and that's my sun degree, so I feel right at home here. And we see children playing around 5 mounds of sand. Early steps in the development of a mind seeking to be attuned to a higher level of human evolution. That sounds just like a Reiki attunement to me. You know, when we do a Reiki class, I teach Reiki classes, and you get a Reiki attunement to be attuned to a higher vibration of energy. And I feel like right now with all these solar storms we're having, we did a separate video about solar storms, and the solar storms are almost attuning us to this higher vibrational ultraviolet, rays. It's crazy times we're in, but I just want to read that again because it was so incredible. Early steps in the development of a mind seeking to be attuned to a higher level of human evolution. We are evolving. There is so much change as we are evolving into this higher level. And this is a particularly cryptic symbol. It may be deciphered if one realizes that man's essential destiny is to develop as a 5-fold being, a pentagram or 5-pointed star. And oh my goddess, this has so much to do with Venus and her 5-pointed star pattern that she is immersed in right now. I'm going to link a little photo of that Venus 5-pointed star. This ties right in. And that's got to be another video soon, I promise. I'm going to do a Venus star pattern because it is coming in strong right now. And this number 5 symbolizes the mind in its most creative and penetrating aspect. While the number 4 referred to the life process operating at present day within the Earth's biosphere, the 5 is evolving to a greater level, a higher vibration. This 5 mind could be contaminated by compulsive instincts and emotional involvement. But some individuals are born with a special potential for developing a higher creative mind. And in social circumstances favoring this development, most cases, everyone is still just playing around in their childlike mind. They are in the kindergarten stage of this higher mind development, just children playing in sand. And this represents transcendental possibilities of mental evolution, which require interpersonal communion in consciousness that can be energetically evoked now. And the free spirit of true scientific inquiry is only a foreshadowing of such a type of man which demands dedication to mankind as a whole. And what is seen here is future-oriented growth. We are like pioneers of a brave new world right now. And where are we headed? Let's read the 16 degrees of Scorpio to find out. And 16 degrees of Scorpio is a girl's face breaking into a smile. I love that. That's got to be good news, right? A girl's face breaking into a smile. This is my sun degree, and I love to read the Sabian symbols. For people's astrology charts, I'll tell you your sun, your moon, your rising, your north node. Where is that Sabian symbol, and what is your life story? And the keynote here is the fervent reaching out on the part of the young of heart to new experiences. A fervent reaching out on the part of the young of heart to brand new experiences. And this is a faith in life and in other human beings that enables us to go forth towards relationships with whatever attracts our senses or stirs our imagination. And smiling is perhaps a uniquely human characteristic because it implies a conscious acceptance of a relationship, thus being a choice. The animal is compelled by unconscious instinct in its natural state. It is not free to choose between love and hate, but we are able to choose love. Let's choose love, friends. And there is a series of responses to the human experience and pictures a glowing warmth of feeling. God, I love that. I think it's really positive. I think we started out kind of crunchy with the Taurus. It's the exact flip-flop of when we had that Scorpio new moon, total solar eclipse. I read you guys the Scorpio. You'll have to go back and watch that Sabian symbol and see the comparison. It's kind of a trippy journey we've been on for this eclipse portal, and I thank you for joining me in this journey. I'm having so much fun. But in the Scorpio, it was like the Scorpio Sabian symbol was kind of intense, but then the Taurus had that luck of the Irish at the end saying, hey, maybe we're going to have a happy ending after all. And now we've got a complete flip. Now we've got Taurus Sabian symbol with this man who's cold and in a storm and he's all in failure and he's freaking out. And then at the end, we've got a girl that's breaking out into a smile, because it's going to be so good. And I just hope for happy endings, because we have had quite the death, transformation, rebirth, breakdown to breakthrough Taurus, Scorpio eclipses all of 2022. 2022, in some ways, I have felt, and so many of my clients have also felt, it has been harder than even 2020. I think in 2020, we were all in survival mode. I'll get through it. Let's do this. I got this. I'll pivot. I'll shift. I'll do what I need to do. I'll get through it. But 2023, too, has just been, God, exhausting, right? Am I right? You guys feel this way? And now we're getting to the tail end of this eclipse portal that has been happening really all of 2022. We've been on this Taurus Scorpio ride all year. And as we near the end, we've got those lucky 4-leaf clovers and, you know, lucky jade and the luck of a smile of a girl breaking out into a smile. This has got to be good. It's got to be good news. So let's get through it, and let's hope that 2023 is going to be our happy ending of this epic movie we've been on. And I thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. You'll want to make sure you watch all my Eclipse Portal videos I've been really getting into it. In 9-star key, this is a tree month, and so I'm in my own element of the fast-growing tree, and I just felt like doing a bunch this time. I don't usually do this many videos in one lunar cycle, but I am a Scorpio, and so I love this eclipse portal especially. And thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for a chance to win a free astrology chart reading on the next full moon, and I'll see you then. Thanks.